Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Lahi, and I am so very happy that you are all here with me today in this week's episode of Be1 Be You. We are diving into the theme Connect instead of React. Each moment we have the choice to move into a state of separation where we leave the feeling level, the soul heart level, where we are living in a broader, more dynamic space. I'll call it your cosmic living room, where all of reality really exists. We're living in a time of such polarity. We're constantly being bombarded. You know what it feels like. You open up your cell phone and you see the news of the day, and it triggers reaction to read a controversial topic and see how certain people respond, and you're given the choice of how to be in the moment. When you choose to show up and connect into and through the doorway that lives within you all the time, you are made up of an amazing inner network. It's an internal system. When you think about it, whole technology age that we live in is the external manifestation of the intricacy of our inner self and the inner universe that you live in, we all live in. So in that moment where you feel the flames of ignition happening to react inside of you, you have a choice. You need to know if you're going to make a constructive decision to act, or if you're going to make use of your reaction as a way to separate so that you can go into your own perspective, opinion, and then turn against someone or something. And I've taken this one all the way to its root. And I don't know about you, but have you realized, have you seen, have you felt, have you witnessed, have you experienced the separation, the isolation that we create inside of ourselves from that larger inner cosmic living room that is our place of higher wisdom, deeper truth, wider connection? We're living in a time period of such reactivity because survival gets harder. And yeah, that's, a big topic that's up for everyone, no matter how much money you have or not. There's that level of how am I going to beat the limitations, beat the odds. There's always that sense of how can I become more, be more, make more, create more. And when we go in the opposite direction of external reaction, what happens is we find that gateway that takes us into a place of strength rather than separation from that great cosmic living room. Because in that portal, in that space where yarn is being woven into a very sturdy fabric, it is soft fabric. It's able to see through the jumble, the rumble, the tumble of the billions of thoughts that are happening in the planet simultaneously. Most of us are just aware of our own thoughts, and we live in fears those fears of what will somebody think of me? Is someone judging me? Am I good enough? Am I enough? The doubt, because there's the standard of living each and every day. And we're living in a time where there's the battle. And the battle is, am I going to continue to separate and react, create my own isolation system, or am I going to really connect into that cosmic living room inside of myself and show up for me, not just taking care of all of my needs, which are important for sure, but it's that next step further. It's what thought systems, patterns, insights, expandable intelligence, not shrinkable intelligence, not shrinkable intelligence that isolates other people, other options, other solutions from your perspective. When we go wider, we go higher. When we go deeper, the polarity of the depth is the height. When we shrink all the way in, what's going to happen? Well, the door's shut until something happens and you reach that crucial, universal, galactic moment where you can't keep things shut anymore. So you have the choice. You have that daily choice point. Am I going to shut the door to the cosmic living room inside, or am I going to open it up? You know, I've really been feeling deeply the wiring that we each create in order to create greater abundance, have what we need, be doing what we really want to be doing, be loved, to give, to receive. And this week I've been finely tuned to the inner fears that are deep within the programming, the system of being human. And I have compassion for it, and I have compassion for myself. And what I mean by that is I'm recognizing that whatever system is put into place as a young child is what is your initial footprint. It's the footprint that you're walking in. It is the footprint, that anchored place that you'd put your foot into each time you take a step. And if you were blessed and fortunate enough to have parents and parental figures that supported you to jump around and possibly create a lot of footprints in the sand so that you knew that you could be expansive and be able to go how you needed to go, where and how you really felt inclined to move from in yourself, you could give yourself that freedom and that space to become more of you. But if you had that early on parental figure system where you had to put your feet, one foot, usually at a time, into footprints that felt like they were there for life. And those of you who come from cultures and traditions that are based in deep roots from ancestry to ancestry, multicultural lineages, and traditional holding belief systems and patterns, like this is what I'm speaking about. And when you give yourself the opportunity to step out of the heavy duty cement feeling of reaction, and realizing that if your emotional body was really open, would you be reacting to what actually was challenging you because you couldn't stay in that footprint? So, how do you go from reaction, just automatic reaction, to not reacting, but actually to connect to that inner space inside of yourself? Those of you who know the Spirit Gateways 21st Century Liberation Roadmap, the work of the Spirit Gateways Institute that I've created over decades, you know that this work is about making radical shifts through entering into your internal cosmic system, your inner wiring, your energy system, the pulse, the light of your true self. And that's where you go. So I'd like to invite you to do a quick exercise with me that you can practice each day. It's working with your PowerPoint centers. And your PowerPoint centers are the light portals inside of a channel. It's like a tube. It's an inner shaft, and it's in front of your spine. And when this system is open, you have greater access to connect with your cosmic living room, the vastness of the universal quantum reality within you, and also the everyday simple knowingness, the ability to tap into seeing, perceiving, hearing, receiving the signals, the impulse, the messages, the words, the image of how to walk forward, how to respond in a new way with your partner, with the work that you do, with how you show up, how you choose, even what you want to wear, and how you're going to show up and present what you're presenting at work or teaching in front of that class that day, where you know you've placed an importance. It's a breakthrough moment. If you can create your breakthrough moments consciously each morning, you want to break through. And the fastest way to do it is first sink in. Put your dial to these particular PowerPoint centers. Okay, we're going to start in the heart center, which is in your upper middle chest. And I want to invite you to place your right hand over your upper chest and begin to look for blue light. Let that blue light emerge from the depths of yourself. Let it come through. And I want you to take in the practice and then know you can practice it every day this week. Take your time with it. I'm going faster than probably the timing of what you'll need to do it, but move into the heart center. Yes, move into the heart center, into the blue light that's there. Know there is a configuration, meaning that it's not an isolated PowerPoint. And then from your heart center, connect into your lower belly. To find your lower belly PowerPoint center, place your thumb in your navel, your pinky on your pubic bone, and let your second finger drop down onto your belly. Now look for gold light. And we're going to combine, connect, so your mind is focused in your heart center and your lower belly. And now you're going to bring your focus deep into the core of the earth, where there is pure white light, flames of pure white light. Bring that white light up from the core of the earth. Let it move into the lower belly and then up through a channel, a shaft, into your heart center. and let yourself be connected in these two PowerPoint centers. They strengthen who you are. Then the magic connecting point to really help you connect is then focus into your solar plexus, right under your rib cage in the center, and allow the golden blue light to flow into your solar plexus. It is a bowl now. It is a bowl, a place that is filled with your higher frequency, your home plate where you can come to. So I'd like to, very much so, share with you the shifts I've seen really with thousands of people making that simple shift into their solar plexus and connecting it into their heart and lower belly. You begin to be able to see clearer, see situations for what they really are instead of what you're mocking them up to be, how your mind that is separate from being connected into your source is perceiving life and circumstances. And as you stay connected in yourself, and the way that I'd recommend staying connected into your solar plexus and the other 2 points, your heart and lower belly, is to set an inner alarm. You could create a red beeping light that goes off when you disconnect. And you'll notice that when you're disconnected, you're going to react. And that reaction level is going to, create your own difficulties in your relationships, primary relationship with your kids, with your partner, with yourself, and that's where it hurts inside. That's where we really start turning against our very fabric, the strength and the pure character of who we are. So come into that union in you, and then hold that space of union for those in your life, for yourself, and how you show up with solving a problem, with your work, with how you show up with a client, how you show up on stage, how you show up writing, figuring out a solution, talking to a colleague or to an employee or to your employer or to God in yourself, and creating what you want in your life each day from a place of being connected instead of reactivity. I hold you in deep love, and I invite you to come to my website at ayanalahi.com, IANALAHI.com, and I invite you to sign up for and subscribe to Living from Your Wild Heart on the homepage. It's 52 weeks of truly incredible movement, meditation, and an original way teaching that's delivered into your inbox every Saturday morning. It's a really great way to get your feet wet and to drench yourself in the divine wisdom and flow that is available for you. Holding you in deep love until next week. This is Ayana Leahy. Have a beautiful week.